Hello all, welcome to another session in Java in Depth course. As part of this session, I am going to cover the next topic, that is Eclipse IDE downloading and installing. So let's get started. So in this session, I'm going to first explain what exactly is Eclipse IDE, and later I'll explain practically how to download it and install it using multiple ways. Okay, there are multiple ways of installing Eclipse IDE in your machine. How to do that and all, I'll cover in this session. This session is going to be a detailed session again. Okay, so patiently go through this session. Fine. First of all, what exactly is Eclipse IDE? As I already have covered in one of the previous sessions that there are different editors for writing the Java programs. Here I'll write different editors. Okay, in the market, there are different editors for writing the Java programs, which have categorized at a high level into two categories. One is basic editors, other one is advanced editors, right? The basic editors were like, Notepad, Notepad++ kind of editors, which are kind of basic. To some extent only we can use these editors in the beginning of the Java programming, learning and all those stuff. Okay, we use basic editors, but over a period of time, we cannot depend on the basic editors for Java programming. Then we have to move on to the advanced editors, which are otherwise known as IDEs, guys. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environments. Okay. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. Okay. So one of such kind of IDE that I have covered in this session was, top IDEs. There were four top IDEs, right? Eclipse IDE, IntelliJ IDEA, NetBeans, and Visual Studio Code, and many more are there. This for the four top one. Okay. In the top one is Eclipse IDE. That IDE I'm covering here. Okay. So what is Eclipse IDE? It's an advanced editor. It's not a simple or basic editor. It's an advanced editor. Eclipse IDE is an advanced editor where we can write, compile, and run the Java code. Where we can write, compile, and run the Java programs. Okay. It is an advanced editor for Java programming, guys. Okay. In simple words. Here, you already know the full form of IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. Okay, IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. So, why we are calling that as an this editor of Eclipse editor as an IDE? Why we are calling this Eclipse editor, which we can use for Java programming, as an integrated development environment or environment? We generally call it because we don't have to use separate things for writing, compiling, running the Java code. Okay. If you are using simple editors, okay, if you are using simple editor, you have to write the code in the notepad file, then save it into the .java file. Then using a separate command, you have to compile it like Java. See, manually you have to compile the code, and then after compiling you will get a .class file. Again, using the command line tool, you have to run another command to run it. Already we have seen those things in the previous sessions, right? In the previous session I have shown you, okay, how to use simple editors for writing, compiling and running the writing programs, running the programs, and compiling the code and running. Okay. But here in this IDEs, lot of sophisticated stuff will be there. That means IDE is kind of very smart, guys. Okay. IDEs are kind of smart editors, which will automatically compile for us. That's one example I am giving. Okay. All the things are packed together. It will the IDE will act like an editor where you can write the Java program. It will act like automatic compiler with which automatically invoke the compiling process. You don't have to do manual compilation that you have done with the normal editors. Here compilation also will be done automatically. A lot of other things are also there in this IDE, guys. I'm just covering it at a high level. Running also, it will give you different run options. Okay, UI options for running the program. You cannot right click here in the simple editors. You cannot run on right click like this. You cannot run, right. For example, if you go here and go to the downloads, one of the folder, if you go, I cannot run on this Java file and say run as Java. I cannot say, right. Okay. So here with Eclipse IDE, we will get some run options. Okay. The UI part of the Eclipse IDE editor will give you some options which you can use it for running purpose. Okay. It will make the execution of the Java code also very simpler. All the tools are together, guys. Lot of combinations of tools together will become this integrated development environment, which is like a very good environment. You see, you can stay in a village, you can stay in a city, you can stay in a better place also than city, right? So you can stay in different countries where the facilities are very good, right? The same thing here also, guys. Okay, the same thing here also. The name environment has come means it is giving an environment, okay, where you can live a sophisticated life. For example, if you are living in villages, okay, in different villages of different countries, if you live, the kind of hardship that you have to do will be kind of more, guys. Okay, for every small thing, things are not automated. The cleanliness may not be there. The poverty will be there, and the cleanliness won't be there. And those kind of facilities, like health facilities and all those facilities won't be there. But when you move to the urban cities, what will happen? Okay, when you move to the urban cities in the countries, what will happen? The kind of transportation, healthcare, cleanliness, all those things will get upgraded, and the kind of lifestyle you are going to live, okay, the kind of facilities where you stay, okay, now with you know all the better facilities will be there, right? So that's the reason the people who live in urban cities cannot move back to the villages, because they cannot adjust there. But the people who stay in the villages can move to the urban cities because they can upgrade basically. And same time, urban cities to other countries, if you go to outside countries, right, the kind of facilities that are there in the other outside countries are amplified, okay, are amplified. And because of which, people feel like, their lifestyle is kind of very good, right? So the kind of environment matters, right? The where you are staying matters, right? Similarly, if you're using a simple editor, means you're compromising with the environment, okay? That particular environment is not supporting. You have to do all the things by yourself. No proper facilities are there, okay? You have to do, you have to write the Java code. It will not get highlighted while writing. You have to save it by yourself, okay? You have to save it by yourself, and you have to give the name extension by yourself manually. You have to compile it manually. You have to run the code manually, all those things, okay? You have to use different tools to get the output of the programs and all. But here IDE will make it so sophisticated that, okay, a kind of environment will be created by this IDE in such a way that all these things will become sophisticated. Whatever the way you write the code, whatever the way you compile the code, whatever the way you run the code, and all more in lot of other features also together will be put together in a single environment known as integrated development environment. Hope you understood, guys. Okay, a better place to live kind of stuff, guys. Okay, better place to write the Java programs will be Eclipse IDE. It will be IDEs when compared to simple editors, guys. One of such kind of IDE is one of the top IDE that most of the people in the market are using is Eclipse IDE. This IDE is going to provide a better environment for you to write the programs, compile them and run them, okay, and many other stuff also apart from just compiling, running and writing. Many other features like intelligence and all, which I will be covering later, guys, okay, while explaining more about the Eclipse IDE, its facilities, sophistication mechanisms that is providing. You will understand more about Eclipse IDE and how sophisticated Eclipse IDE is providing this IDE environment or environment, when compared to simple or basic environments or editors. You are going to understand in the upcoming sessions, okay? Things will happen step by step, slowly, in depth, guys, here, okay? So all the things to make your environment sophisticated for writing, running and compiling the Java code will be integrated together into an IDE known as integrated development environment. One of such kind of example of this kind of editor, this IDE kind of editor is Eclipse IDE, guys, okay? Hope you understood what exactly is Eclipse IDE now. And also you have to know more details about this Eclipse IDE editor, guys. And you already came to know that it's an advanced editor and sophisticated IDE it is, okay, which combines all the tools together. And but it's originally by default supports Java programming language. Okay, the main programming language that IDE, Eclipse IDE is built for is by default. Okay, without doing anything, if you just download and install Eclipse IDE, you can directly write the Java programs in this Eclipse IDE. What about other programming languages? Does Eclipse IDE also support the other programming languages? Yes, it will support. You can use Eclipse IDE for other programming languages also, but by default, Eclipse IDE will not support other programming languages. By default, Eclipse IDE, one of few packages of Eclipse IDE will directly support the Java programming language. But if you want to work with different programming languages, then there are some options like via packages and extensions of Eclipse IDE. We have to do some extra configurations and all, and then we'll be able to use this Eclipse IDE for working with different programming languages also apart from Java. Though it's originally going to support Java by default without any further extensions, right? But Eclipse IDE can be extended with help of packages and selection of packages and extensions, right? Okay, we can use it for working on different programming languages, and how to use Eclipse IDE to work with different programming languages apart from this Java. I'm going to cover in the upcoming sessions, guys. Okay, this I'm going to cover in the upcoming sessions. Fine. So first we have to start using Eclipse IDE with the Java, default supported Java, right? Then after that I'll cover, how to use Eclipse IDE with other programming languages in the coming sessions. Okay, just wait for that thing to happen. Okay, because everything cannot be covered at a go. Okay. Then if you want to know more about this Eclipse IDE editor, right, advanced editor, which by default supports Java programming, right? If you want to know more about this, there is an official website for Eclipse IDE, guys. What is that official website? Eclipse.org. You can simply open the Chrome browser and search for Eclipse. Okay. Eclipse. Simply search for Eclipse, guys. The first search result you will get from the official website, that is eclipse.org. You can click on this link and see that a lot of things will be there here. Eclipse Foundation. Okay. Eclipse Foundation, because they are not charging you any amount. Okay. They are giving this Eclipse IDE software for free, guys. It's like it's kind of free, guys. Okay. Anyone can download it for free and use it for free without paying any amount, license amount. Okay. Eclipse IDE is completely free. Here I'll write down. Eclipse IDE is completely, it's free. Okay, it's free to use. It's free to download and use. Okay, it's free to download and use. You don't have to pay any amount. Okay, for license purpose, we don't have to pay any amount, any money or any amount for purchasing license of Eclipse IDE. Okay, we don't have to pay any amount for purchasing the license of Eclipse IDE, because it is kind of free. Okay, it's kind of completely free, guys. So here is the thing. This is the official website of Eclipse IDE, guys. Eclipse.org. This is the official website of Eclipse IDE, guys. Now, so you don't have to explore this Eclipse IDE website now. As you can see, this is a home page of Eclipse IDE, guys. This is a home page of Eclipse IDE. Now you can clearly see there's a button. This UI part may change. Okay, this website may not be the same always. Okay, when I am actually teaching you this particular session, right, the download button is there, but tomorrow it may not be there here. Okay, tomorrow it may not be there. We don't know. It may be there. It may not be there. Okay, you should be able to get a knack of, no matter what happens, you should be able to find the options. You should not be kind of thinking in a static manner where download button should be here only. That is the wrong approach, guys. As a technical person, you should not be so naive that you should always think that download button will be there on the page here only. You should not be feeling like that. Rather, you should think that things may change. The UI part of the application will change. Different websites will change, and we should become a kind of person where we can find, no matter what, where this option will go, we can find it out. Okay. Anyhow, this is the home page, guys. This is the home page, and you can click on this download, guys. Okay, you can click on this download button. When you click on the download button, so I am taking you to this is official website, and this is another important website page of another important web page of this Eclipse official website of Eclipse IDE, guys, where we are going to use mostly. Okay, we generally go to the downloads page of Eclipse IDE, guys, to download Eclipse IDE in our machine. Okay, download and install Eclipse IDE in our machine. We generally go to the downloads page of Eclipse IDE. Okay, so you can use Google search or this way of your knack in the eclipse.org website, irrespective of the changes being done, to find the downloads page and go to the downloads page to download it. Okay, now the thing here is there are different ways of downloading and installing. Okay, so before I explain this, different packages are available in Eclipse IDE. The time will come. I'm going to show you the different ways of installing Eclipse IDE. So things will be here and there. That's okay, guys. Okay. So if I go to the downloads page of this Eclipse IDE, which is a major page that we generally need for downloading Eclipse IDE, because we generally come here. You can see here that install your favorite desktop IDE packages. Download button is there. Download packages is there. Okay. Here download button is there. Download packages is there. If I click on the download button, okay. If I click on the download button, guys, okay. If I click on the download button, you see that is one way of installing. Okay, this way is one way of installing. If I click on the download packages, that is another way, guys. Okay, first I will show you the normal way, that is the download button. Later you can decide which one is better for you. Okay, a lot of other options are there. Let's not worry about that. Now this is Eclipse ID. You can see this is the logo of the Eclipse ID, guys. Okay, this is the logo for the Eclipse ID. Eclipse ID logo will be like this. I can write that here. So whatever the information I find will write it here. Eclipse ID logo. How the logo of the Eclipse ID will look like, I'll just copy paste before you. This is the logo of the Eclipse ID, okay? Like every software will have a logo, right? Java has a logo that I have shown you earlier. So this is the logo of the Eclipse ID, okay? Now, when you see such kind of logo and you can confirm that this is Eclipse IDE, okay? And then I am going to go with the first way of downloading and installing the Eclipse IDE. That is by, in my machine, Eclipse IDE is not there now. I'll just click on the download button. The moment I click on the download button, guys, I'm getting this download x8664, download ARC 64 is coming. Okay, so there are two variations coming here. Okay, what is, if you have a 32-bit machine or 64-bit machine, you can choose any of this, okay? So you can use this download X. I generally use this one, guys, not this one. Okay, there are two variations coming. We can do some R&D on this. Okay, what is that, guys? ChatGPT. Let's go to ChatGPT and find it out what exactly it is. Okay, here if I see download x86 64 is some kind of option which we use, but what exactly this one is, let's find it out. Okay, you see, knowledge is, enormous, guys. Okay, whenever you get a chance, whenever you come across something, you can question that, you can learn it. That's the best way of learning a lot of stuff in our life, guys. Okay, we keep, ignoring the stuff. We'll postpone learning the stuff. Okay, so I don't want to do that for a while. Okay, important things at least I don't want to do. So, for example, I want to know what exactly is download ARC64. Okay, what does download ARC? What was that, guys? 64 version of software. Okay, I've seen this while downloading Eclipse IDE on its official website. Official website. What is it actually? Website. What does, okay? What does a ARC 64 version stands for when compared to uh, that is compared to just normal, compared to just 64-bit version of Eclipse IDE. Just normal. Okay, like this, if you search, you will get it, guys. Okay, you see, this is like here ARC stands for ARM processor. Okay, normal 64-bit typically refers to AMD 64, which is designed for Intel and AMD processors. Okay, you have to know this kind of stuff, guys. You see, no one can teach you all the stuff, right? Okay, yeah, no one can teach you all this stuff. When you see, the things, knowledge will increase when you keep. You see, every small thing matters here. You see, whenever a particular software, if you are downloading, it is 64 or 32-bit, normal 64 or 30-bit refers to, okay, Intel and AMD processors. Okay, it will refer to the Intel, or generally in our computer laptop machines, what processors will be there? Intel or AMD will be there. Let's find it out what kind of processor I have here. I'll open the folder here and just right click on the this PC and, select properties here. I'll get one dialog. Right, I'll open this one. You can see here which type of processor this particular computer machine has. Intel processor. Okay, that means guys, I can decide here which variation of the Eclipse IDE I have to download. This one is enough for me because x8664 will choose for Intel and AMD processors. But if you have to download the Eclipse IDE for ARM processor, okay, another type of processor is there, ARM processor. Okay, so ARM processors are designed generally commonly found in Apple M series Max. Okay, where exactly we generally see this kind of ARM processors. Also, you are getting Apple M series Max. You will see that Raspberry Pi, some Windows ARM laptops also can be there. Some many smartphones will be there where this kind of ARM processor will be there. If you have to download the Eclipse IDE for such kind of machines, you have to go with this ARC 64 kind of variant of Eclipse IDE. But otherwise, if you are a normal laptop and all, generally we go with a normal laptop, right? This will be enough for us. Okay, so we got to know about this one now. Something which is very kind of interesting for us to learn. Okay, I'll just select download X 8664 one. Okay, I click on the download button and select that X 8664. That means the single software will work for 32-bit machines and 64-bit machines. Both of the things it is useful for. And here, if you see, guys, there is a download button, or you can select from a near mirror. Okay, if you are okay with that, this particular download button is going to download the Eclipse IDE from this location, Japan. Okay, this particular university, it is hosted. From there, it will be downloading. What if you want from a different location? If you want to download, select another mirror. You have to say. You see, there are other things also. Show all, you can say. You see, there are different places. If you want to download from Asia, North America, different places are there. You can select them to download. But I generally don't prefer this kind of select another mirror, because if there is no problem with this, why to go with this one? Okay, it's literally like from which location you want to download Eclipse IDE. Okay, the nearby location, or if you want a nearby location, you can go here. But I generally don't customize that level. I generally click on the download button, guys. That is more than enough for me. Okay. You see the Eclipse IDE is getting downloaded. Okay, Eclipse IDE is a exe file. Okay, exe file format of Eclipse IDE is getting downloaded here. For the latest version will get downloaded. Okay, the latest version of the Eclipse IDE as of today's date and all will get downloaded here. Okay, that 64-bit version of the thing for Intel processors is Intel and AMD processors is getting downloaded. That's okay. Let it get downloaded. So it will take 1 minute of time. Meanwhile, you can see that I told you, right, it is an Eclipse Foundation. They are not charging you any money. Eclipse IDE is completely free. They are giving you this Eclipse IDE for free, guys. You can download and install the Eclipse IDE for free, right? That's great. Okay. So, but no company can run for free, right? A lot of maintenance will be there, a lot of work will be there. Okay. So, how it will be possible for a company to run free? Instead of they asking you to purchase a license and all, what the Eclipse people are doing is, Eclipse Foundation guys are doing is, they are asking for the donations, guys. If you can do some donations, this UI may change. Okay. One time you want to do, or monthly you want to pay something, okay, for their in regards to their service they are providing the software to the world for free, right? If you're a kind of person who feel like I need to support this project initiative, you can select one of this option, and you can customize the amount, like you can pay as simple as less amount also here by, and then you can pay using the different ways. Okay, so from donations, this from sponsorship or donations, this particular Eclipse ID is working. That's great. So now you got the model of Eclipse ID, right? How the company is working, how it is giving Eclipse ID software for free for us. And I'm showing you the first way of downloading the Eclipse ID now. That is by downloading the exe file and installing the exe file. And first I'm downloading this, and after downloading, I'm going to show you how to install also. Okay. Let's wait for the download to complete. After that, I'm going to show you the first way of installing the Eclipse ID using the exe file is the first way. Okay. You see here there are two ways. Okay, there are two ways, different ways of installing Eclipse IDE. One is by using the exe file that I'm doing right now. Okay, so here I'm downloading the Eclipse IDE in my machine, guys. By using this exe file is one way. There is another way also, guys. That is package way. I'm going to explain that later. Okay. So slowly everything will be covered, guys. Let's go to this and see there is a folder came. Just click on that and let's go to the location where the Eclipse IDE got downloaded. Double click on this exe. This is the first way, guys. Okay. Double click on this exe file of the Eclipse software, and you see installation wizard will come. Eclipse installer is coming here. Let's wait for the Eclipse ID, Eclipse installer to come. So fine, great. Eclipse installer has come here, guys. Eclipse installer has come here. And here, you can see a lot of options here, right? Eclipse IDE for Java developers, Eclipse IDE for enterprise Java and web developers, Eclipse IDE for C, C++ developers, Eclipse IDE for embedded C, C++ developers, Eclipse IDE for PHP developers, Eclipse IDE for Eclipse committers, Eclipse IDE for Java and DSL, okay, DSL developers, Eclipse IDE for RCP and RAP developers, Eclipse modeling tools, Eclipse IDE for Scout developers. Lot of things are there here. Okay, what are they actually? So they are nothing but the packages, guys. Different packages available while installing Eclipse IDE. Different flavors of Eclipse IDE also you can say. Okay. You see, the software is only one, but you can choose a flavor. Okay, which type of flavor you want. Okay, depending on your requirements and needs, you can choose a different flavor here. For example, you are downloading Eclipse IDE for just for Java programming purpose. You can go with the first type of flavor or package of Eclipse IDE. Okay, Eclipse IDE for Java developers is enough for you. Not only this one, guys, if your intention is to write, run, compile, and practice Java programs and all those stuff, you can even use Eclipse IDE for enterprise Java and web developers also. Both of the things are fine. The first two things are for Java only. By default, this package and this package, or these flavors, these first two flavors of the Eclipse IDE, okay, are for Java development. Okay, Java development. If you want to practice Java and for our sessions and all, you have to either choose first one or second one, guys. Okay, this is not for Java, guys. This is for C language or C++. Okay, if you want to use Eclipse IDE for C or C++, you can go with this one. Okay, if you want to use Eclipse IDE for embedded C or C++, you can go with this. If you want to practice PHP programming and all, You can use this package or this flavor of Eclipse IDE. Like that, many things are there, guys. Okay. Lot of type of packages. We don't have to go deep here, but there are several type of packages available. You have to choose a perfect one, proper one for your requirements and needs. So in this case, you see, I told you, right, for Java purpose you can choose the first one or second one. So still you have a confusion whether you have to go with the first one or second one, right? Now you understood different packages, right? Eclipse IDE for Java developers, Eclipse IDE for enterprise Java and web developers, Eclipse IDE for C++ developers, and many more you told, right? Now in that again you got two packages here. This is also for Java. This is also for Java. Either of the ones you can use. Either you can go with the first one or second one. Which one I have to use? Which Eclipse IDE Java package for Java programming I have to use? Okay. It all depends on a question known as space availability in your machine, guys, and your requirement. Two things, guys. Okay, based on your requirement and space availability, you have to choose a proper package. You see, if you want a less space, you can go with this one. Okay, if you want a kind of thing which Eclipse IDE for Java programming thing that actually occupies less space, less computer space in your machine. Okay, after installing it, it will occupy some space, right? The software will occupy some space on your machine, right? If you want something that will occupy around 300 MB kind of, okay, 300 kind of stuff, okay, then you can go with that. Otherwise, you have to go with this. Okay, you can go to the official website also, guys. Okay, go to the home page again, go to the downloads page again. If you click on this download packages, again this kind of stuff will come, different Java developers enterprise editions and everything will come here. You see, Eclipse IDE for enterprise Java and web developers Eclipse. You can see here how much MB. 343 MB is there. But if you go with this also for Java, this also for Java, here 545 MB is there. Which one will be occupying less space? Eclipse IDE for Java developers will occupy less space. Why? Because here these components will come, the essential tools for any Java developer, including a Java IDE, Git client, XML editor, Maven, and Gradle. Okay, whatever that is needed will be there here. But if you go with the enterprise Java and the web developers, right? Apart from the normal Java programming, that normal Java developer needs the things for Java programming, right? You will get a lot of other additional tools inside this IDE, integrated development environment. Okay. If you want more kind of tools, okay, if you don't want to compromise with the number of tools, you want to take something, whether you use it or not, you want to take something, then you can go with the Eclipse IDE for enterprise Java and developers. And this can be used by normal Java developers for building normal software, but this can be used for developing the enterprise softwares. Okay, using Java programming, using this Eclipse IDE editor, you can build enterprise level softwares. Okay, it's suitable for that kind of approach, but this may not be suitable for enterprise level application. It can be suitable for normal applications. You can still build. It all depends on your needs and requirements, guys. If you are fine with this for your requirement, you can go with this one because it occupies very less space. And if you are fine with this one, okay, you can go with this one if you have good space on your machine. If you don't want to compromise, or you for your requirements you may need something that is not there in Java, Eclipse IDE for Java developers, you can choose this one, any of the things. Okay, so any of the things you can use, guys. Okay, so you see here a lot of other stuff will be there, JPA, data tools, web services, many things are there here, right? TypeScript, JavaScript. Okay, tools for JavaScript, TypeScript are there here. Do you have the tools for JavaScript, TypeScript? Not there. So better I'll choose, in my computer machine, space is not a matter, guys. I can either go with this one or this one, doesn't matter. Okay, any of the things I can choose. Okay, I can go with the Java developers or Eclipse IDE for enterprise Java and web developers. So until the requirement comes, right, I can choose one or two. So at this moment, even though space constants are not there in my machine, I just want to try this first one. Okay, based on our real needs, we can move on to the second one. Okay, if the first one is not working for some reasons, right, we can go with the second one. Okay, so fine. Until we get a real requirement, we'll not go with something that will occupy good space. Just for learning purpose, I am going with this process. I'll just select this, any of these things. You can select one or two, guys. Okay, I'm just choosing the first one. Okay, Eclipse IDE for Java developers. You can choose second one also. There is no harm in choosing any of this. I'm just randomly choosing the first one. Okay, because one of the advantage I see is a less space. Until I need some extra tools, I'll not go with the next one. Okay, that's what is the intention with which I'm just choosing the Eclipse IDE for Java developers package flavor of this Eclipse IDE. Okay, now when I get this Eclipse installer, Eclipse IDE for Java developer, this kind of add-on, these tools will come in this. And here, in my computer machine already have installed Java 21. And what is the location where it is available? It's able to locate the Java in my computer machine. Okay, where the Java is available, it's able to locate this. Okay, 21st version of the Java. That's okay. Installation folder is there here. Installation folder is there, guys. Okay, where this Eclipse IDE is going to get installed in my computer machine. Just remember this location, guys. Okay, in your C drive. If you go to your C drive, in the users folder. You see, you can clearly see here in the C drive users folder, in your username folder, okay, under the Eclipse folder here, .eclipse will be created. Okay, since we already have started installing, .eclipse is already created here. In this Eclipse folder, in this Eclipse folder, this kind of thing will be created. Okay, in this place, the Eclipse ID will be created. Okay, just click on install, guys. A shortcut start menu entry will be created in the start menu. Here some Eclipse ID icon will be created as a shortcut, and on your computer machine also. At this moment, on your computer machine, there is no Eclipse ID here. On the desktop, I can you see it's kind of messy, that I can understand, but Eclipse ID shortcut is not there for launching the Eclipse ID. But I'll let they be selected. We'll see that. Click on install. Once I click on the install, right, I got a this kind of Eclipse installer kind of user agreement kind of stuff. Read the agreement here if you have time. Just scroll down and simply say accept now. The installation started. This process will take some time, yes. Okay, this process of installing the Eclipse ID will take some time. I'm installing the pack, which type of package of the Eclipse ID? Java developers package. Okay. A lot of things need to be covered, guys. A lot of things need to be explained about the Eclipse IDE editor. Don't worry, I'm going to cover every topic in depth. We are going to learn a lot of things from this session. Okay. So apart from the Java, along regarding the editors also, you are going to gain a lot of knowledge here, because this knowledge will not be useful only when you learn Java, guys. When you go for a different programming language or something, also this kind of knowledge will be useful. Anyhow, this is a starting point. Doesn't mean that you should not learn everything. It's okay, guys. It's all about the in-depth course. We can cover whatever we want. I want to make the course more interesting, more knowledgeable, and more helpful for everyone, where people can learn a lot of things from the sessions. Okay, that's what is the main intention here. A lot of interesting things are there in the market that we are actually learning without putting a lot of efforts here. Okay, so here I'm going to explain a lot of things about the editor in the upcoming sessions. Okay, we'll not directly jump onto other topics, other type of topics, until we finish up the editor's part in a proper way. Okay, so a lot of sessions I'm going to take on editor's part. Okay, editors that you can use for Java development purpose. Okay, so we'll not directly jump to the things. We'll work on the editors and then move on to the next sessions. Okay, slowly. Okay, so it's installing, guys. You see, already we got a message that it's kind of very slow. This kind of message often comes, maybe often comes, guys. It will take some time. Okay, it will take some time. We have to be there. There's no other way here. Okay, we have to spend some time here. Meanwhile, this gets installed. We'll look into the Xmind thing. Okay, this thing you have understood. Different packages available in Eclipse IDE. If I have not covered something, different packages here, I'll cover that later. Don't worry. And the next thing here is we have chosen the first one, guys, based on my requirement at this current situation. I felt that the basic one will be good. That is Eclipse IDE for Java developer. I have chosen according to the current requirements. Okay, because I have a lot of space, but still, I have chosen something that will occupy less space, and because I want to work with this kind of thing until I really need this enterprise package type of Eclipse IDE. Okay, so we just went with the Java developers type of Eclipse IDE. Okay, Eclipse IDE for Java developers package kind of stuff, or flavor of Eclipse IDE. And now, guys, you can also clearly see that, there's one more topic while it gets downloaded, installed, right? You can clearly see that Eclipse IDE and OS support, okay? In which type of operating system, okay? In which type of machines, which type of operating systems are supporting this Eclipse IDE? In which computers having different operating systems, different computers. There will be Mac machine, which will have Mac OS. There will be some other computer machines which have Linux OS. There will be other computer machines which have Windows OS, okay? Can you install Eclipse IDE on the machines having different operating systems? Yes, yes, guys, it is there. If you go here to the this official website of Eclipse IDE, and from the home page, okay, if you want to know, if you click on the download here, and once you click on the download, if you come here, instead of clicking on this download, you simply click on download packages again, and in the download packages, you can clearly see for every flavor of this Eclipse IDE on the right side, they mention the operating systems which support the Eclipse IDE. Okay, in which operating system containing machines you can install the Eclipse IDE. You can see clearly see Windows machine, you can download and install. Okay, in Mac machine also you can download and install. In Linux machines also, these are the three popular operating systems that are there in the market, right? Windows, Mac, and so Eclipse IDE supports Windows, Mac, and Linux also. Okay, so different operating systems which are supported by Eclipse IDE. Okay, that means if you want to download Eclipse for Windows, there will be a separate software for that. If you want to download Eclipse IDE for Mac, this link you have to click so that a separate software of the Eclipse IDE for the Mac will be downloaded. If you want to download and install Eclipse IDE in Linux operating system, you have to go with this link. Okay, you see different variations of Eclipse IDE software are there for different operating system. Single software will not work in all the operating system, guys. Based on your operating system, you have to choose a proper link for downloading and installing. Okay, that's what you need to understand here. Okay, fine. There is no single Eclipse IDE software for all operating system. Separate Eclipse IDE for Windows, separate Eclipse IDE for Mac, separate Eclipse IDE software for Linux are there. And yeah, what else is there here, guys? Okay, we are actually waiting for this installation to be done meanwhile, so that we can move forward here. So this topic is also completed, and in this one of the way is completed. Exe file is getting completed here. Okay, I'm showing you step by step way. Fine. So I told you one more thing that Eclipse IDE is by default supports Java programming, right? Eclipse IDE default supports Java programming without any extensions or packages. By selecting a normal package like Eclipse IDE for Java developers, you can go with Java. Okay. Now, if you have a curious thing in your mind, like what are the different programming languages that you can practice with Eclipse IDE editor? Okay, what are the different programming languages that you can on practice on Eclipse IDE editor. Okay, if you search like this, okay, you'll get different programming languages. By default, you say default support is there for Java programming language, guys, and there is another package or plugins are also available for practicing C and C++ on Eclipse IDE. For Python also, you have another plugin like PyDev kind of stuff. But Python, for practicing Python, there is some better editor than Eclipse IDE. A lot of people use PyTest in the market. Okay, not PyCharm in the market. PyTest is a unit testing framework. PyCharm is IDE. Okay, here Eclipse IDE is IDE, right? There PyCharm is IDE. For Python, there is a very good editor like PyCharm. So still, if you want to use Eclipse IDE for practicing Python, then you can install this plugin and convert the Eclipse IDE for Python practice purpose. Okay. Then we can also use Eclipse IDE for JavaScript, TypeScript, HTML, and CSS practice also. Okay. Then it will support Node.js as well, and for PHP also separate package is there, and some plugins also will be there. For Kotlin language also, its plugin is there here. For Ruby, okay, for Ruby also via this toolkit it will be supported. It is saying, okay, until you try you'll not know anyhow, but you can see that list of programming languages that you can practice, different technologies and programming languages that you can practice on Eclipse IDE. You can know that Go language. Okay, for that you have to install this plugin either via packages or plugins. These things are possible, guys. Okay, R language is also there. For that we have to use this plugin. Then Scala is there. Scala ID for Eclipse ID is there. Okay, then Perl is there. Epic plugin is there for the Perl language. Cobol is there. Eclipse Cobol development tools are there. Ada, okay, this plugin we have to install for this language. Haskell language, Eclipse FP plugin we have to use. Okay, since Eclipse is open source and it can support many more languages through additional plugins, you can install the required plugin via Eclipse Marketplace based on your needs. Okay, so I for the famous programming languages or for famous the based on the kind of fan base the Eclipse IDE is having, it's directly providing some packages for so that you don't have to install any plugins. But for some languages, it's compulsory that you have to install plugins on the Eclipse IDE so that it can be used for such programming languages. So now, guys, the installation is also done. This explanation, okay. Uh, different where exactly? Okay, using Eclipse IDE for other programming language will be covered in the upcoming sessions, but I covered it just when I got the some time. Now, let's go to this topic. Only this topic is left out, right? In this particular session, only this particular part is left out. Let me complete that also. You see here, installation is done, guys. Okay, using the exe way of installation, exe file way, we have downloaded and installed it, and finally, launch is coming. Either you can launch it from here. Okay, if you want to launch it immediately after installing, if you want to launch it, just click on this launch. It will be launched from here. Okay, the Eclipse IDE will launch like this. Let the Eclipse IDE launch. Okay, let's not go deep here with Eclipse IDE. You see Eclipse IDE will launch, and from here I'll not explain now. I'll do this part. Okay. Once Eclipse IDE launch, you will come to this Eclipse IDE launcher where selected directory or as workspace will come. But I'll stop here. I'll cancel it for now. Okay. For now, I'll cancel. Now, since I have cancelled it, what are the other ways of launching the Eclipse IDE? Because immediately after installation, I got an option to launch it. But if I want to launch Eclipse IDE the other way, what I have to do here is just go here to search and just click on this start menu otherwise. So click on the start menu and here you see recommended is there here, or you can search here also. Okay. Eclipse. Okay. You can search here from start menu Eclipse ID. If you say means you'll get this option from here also. You can launch or just click on that and see, click on this all and see whether here Eclipse ID is there. Here also it is there. You see in the start menu also Eclipse ID is added. Just select that and Eclipse ID will launch. I'm going to show you how to launch Eclipse ID only. Okay, download, install and launch otherwise. Okay. Here also, I'll stop here. I'll not go further from here. Okay, I'm just launching Eclipse ID, and this is the proof that Eclipse ID is launching. Okay, I'll just cancel it. Other ways, like while installing Eclipse ID, we have selected an option to create a shortcut. So this kind of shortcut has been created, guys. Okay, this kind of shortcut has been created on my desktop. I can double click on this, and Eclipse ID will launch from here also. Okay, Eclipse ID will launch from here also. You see, Eclipse ID has launched here also the same way. These are the multiple ways of launching Eclipse ID, guys. But the simplest way I generally say here is there are two ways. One of the ways, in the search box where I'll just type Eclipse. I just type Eclipse in the search Windows search, and this kind of best match will come and select that. This is one way of launching. In the easiest ways, I'm out of all the possible ways, this is one of the easiest ways. And other way is like you can pin it, guys. Okay, you can right click on this shortcut, right click on this shortcut icon on your desktop and say pin to start is already pinned to start. I don't have to do it again. Okay. Pin to start will be there generally. Right click here. There will be some other option, guys. Okay. Pin to kind of option should come, but it's not coming here. Unpin to taskbar also should come, but it's not coming here. That's okay. Otherwise, you can go to this start menu and here you see. Just go to this all and where exactly the Eclipse ID is there. Right click on that Eclipse ID and more. Pin to taskbar option is coming, or you can also do one like this. Okay, Eclipse, just search for Eclipse here and here right click on this best match and say pin to taskbar option will come. Already it has pinned to the start, so you can say pin to the taskbar. Select this and you see it will be pinned here. Earlier it was not there. Now to the taskbar also it got pinned. Now even I don't have to type Eclipse here. If it's even more simplest way where Eclipse ID is pinned to my taskbar. Whenever I want to launch, I'll just click on that, it will be launched. Okay, Eclipse ID will be launching from my taskbar like this. Okay, this is another way of launching the Eclipse ID, guys. This is another easiest way of the best way. The best of the best way is like that. That a lot of people will follow in the real time is not from the desktop or not from this typing in the search or not from the start menu or not after immediately launch installing the Eclipse ID, but they will pin it to the taskbar and whenever they need the Eclipse ID editor, they'll click on that and it will get launched. Okay, this is pinning to the taskbar is the best way of launching the Eclipse ID because we don't have to go to the different locations and launch. Okay, fine, that's okay. Then so I have shown you how to download and install the Eclipse IDE with the help of exe file way. Okay. Now what I want to do here is I want to show the package way also. Okay. How to download and install the Eclipse IDE the package way also I want to show, guys, now the another way. For this to happen, for the package way, for me to explain, right, for the package way of installing the downloading and installing Eclipse IDE, if I want to show you, for that I need to uninstall Eclipse IDE from my machine. Okay. Because without uninstalling the exe way, how can I show? I'll right click here and say unpin. Whatever I have pinned it, I have reversed the change. And also here I'll type Eclipse here. I'll just type Eclipse, the next step that I have to do for uninstallation. You are also learning how to uninstall also in this session, okay? As part of me to explain, cover the next way of installing Eclipse IDE, I have to uninstall it. So naturally, you're learning how to uninstall Eclipse IDE. It's a kind of different approach. When I type Eclipse here, this kind of stuff will come. This kind of Eclipse IDE best match will come. Right click on that. Say open file location. Okay. Say right click and say open file location. You'll be taken to this folder where you'll see this kind of shortcut kind of stuff. Delete that. Once deleted that, here Eclipse folder is there. Go to the programs and delete this Eclipse folder also. That is also done. Now close this, go to your desktop and here shortcut is there, right? Delete that shortcut, completely uninstalling. Not done it, okay? It's not still done it, guys. If I have to still uninstall Eclipse IDE, right? I need to go to this folder location, go to this PC, then I need to go to the C drive, Then I have to go to the users folder, username folder. In the username folder, Eclipse installation folder has come like .eclipse, right? Select that and delete that. Okay, that is another one. Okay, once you delete that .eclipse, here one more folder is also got created like Eclipse folder. Even delete that. Okay, if you delete all those stuff, then you can confirm that Eclipse IDE has successfully uninstalled from your machine. This is a process of uninstallation. You cannot go to control panel and uninstall, guys. Okay, like you for uninstalling Java, if you want to uninstall Java, you can go to the control panel and uninstall. For example, if I want to uninstall one version of the Java, let's say I want to uninstall one of the older version of Java, because in my machine a lot of versions of Java are there. If I go to the control panel, uninstall a program, and here if I select Java here, a lot of versions of Java I have installed, right? If I want to uninstall, this kind of things will be there. I can select this and uninstall. Yes. You see, I'll get a user access control dialog or something. I'll select yes, and this particular version of the Eclipse IDE will get uninstalled from my machine. Okay. Let it get uninstalled. Let it get uninstalled, guys. Okay, anyhow, the situation has come where I want to keep only one version of Java in my machine. I no more required a lot of versions of Java in my machine. This is only for explanation part. I showed you how to download and install multiple versions of Java. This also I'll install. Let me uninstall all the other versions of the Java. I'll keep only the version that is required for me. Another program is being run, it is saying. That's okay. Uninstall, I'll say yes. Preparing to remove another program. Okay, let me close this and see if anything is working. I don't know. Okay, so control panel, I'll say control panel, I'll say uninstall a program, and here again I'll say Java, uninstall it. Yes, let's see whether it will get uninstalled or not. If not, we'll leave it. Okay, we'll not waste the time. So some process is going on. Maybe I have to restart it. But I would like to keep only one version of Java in my machine, guys. Okay, I don't want to have this many versions of Java in my machine. I can have, there's no problem in having multiple also. Why to waste the space here? Okay, so I want to uninstall all the versions of the Java. So I'll do it slowly, not a problem. I can do it later. That's okay. I thought it will be uninstalled, but ultimately it's taking time, so I don't want to do it now. So now, since the Eclipse IDE has been uninstalled completely, Eclipse IDE cannot be uninstalled from the control panel. If you go to the control panel and search for Eclipse IDE, you'll not get any option, guys. Okay, there is no way of uninstalling the Eclipse IDE from here. Whatever the process just now I showed you, right, to clean up the Eclipse IDE from your machine, that is a way of uninstalling the Eclipse IDE from your machine. Okay, now since the Eclipse IDE is already got uninstalled, I'm going to show you the other way, that is package way. That is again, I have to go to the official website of Eclipse IDE, that is Eclipse. I'll just search and I'll go to the official website of Eclipse IDE. In that, I'll click on the downloads. Once I go to the downloads page, and here you see, instead of selecting this option, I'll select download packages option, guys. Okay, this will take you to the another way of installing the Eclipse IDE, download packages. And here, which variation of the which variant or which package or which flavor of Eclipse IDE you want to, these are Eclipse packages, right? Which package of Eclipse IDE you want to, which type of Eclipse package you want to install means, download and install means Eclipse IDE for Java developers. Okay, in that you are having which operating system. I'm holding the Windows operating system, and in that my processor is Intel and Intel processor. So I'll just check with the x86 64 thing. I'll click on this. Okay, when I click on this and again I'm getting the download button and this kind of mirror kind of screen, I'll click on the download button. Let's see. When I click on the download button here, you see earlier exe file got downloaded. This time exe file is not getting downloaded. Zip file is getting downloaded. Okay. So this is another way of installing Eclipse IDE. Here at least installation will be there, guys. Here just if you extract the Eclipse folder, that is enough. Okay. Here you don't have to install Eclipse IDE, guys. You just extract it. That is enough, guys. Okay. If you extract the Eclipse IDE, that's more than enough here in this case. Okay. So the simplest way of installing the Eclipse IDE, simplest way of using Eclipse IDE is not by using the exe file. A lot of people also choose this kind of way where they don't have to download the exe file and double click to install. Rather, they can download the zip file and they can extract and use the Eclipse IDE without installing also. Okay, without installing also you can use Eclipse IDE with the help of the second way, that is used by downloading the zip file. Okay. Let's wait for that particular process to be done, guys. Let's wait for this particular process to be done. Yeah, it's taking good amount of time, guys. This is taking good amount of time. Okay, this particular Eclipse ID 6 minutes is showing, so it's going to take some time. That's okay. So meanwhile, we'll try to explore this official website of Eclipse ID, guys. Why to waste the time? Okay, we'll try to explore the other pages where of the Eclipse ID. Okay, on the official website, this one is already done. Let's go here and let's see what are the different projects that are there in the Eclipse IDE. Developer tools and IDEs, cloud native, edge and IoT, automotive mobility. A lot of things are there, but we don't use them, guys. Okay. Okay, so for a lot of other purposes also, Eclipse ID can be used when you are free, when you are completely, knowledge is like an ocean, guys. A lot of things we can learn. Okay, a lot of things we can learn. Whatever that we see, we generally skip it. We don't give at most focus. But what I generally recommend you guys is like, explore everything. Okay. So if you want to be a proper IT person, IT, okay, if you want to enter into the IT, just by learning Java or Eclipse ID is not enough, guys. Okay. Whatever the things, new things that are coming when you are learning those things, if you can also learn them, that's a very good thing. Okay. Here they are talking about open source word, guys. Okay. What is this open source means? Okay. What is this? Okay. Before that, I'll just write down uninstalling. Uninstalling Eclipse IDE I've shown you, okay? How to uninstall Eclipse IDE also I've shown you. How to uninstall Java, Java also, uninstall Java also, uninstalling Java, okay? Install Java. Older version I have shown you how to uninstall one older version of Java in my machine. I've shown you, okay? So make a direct impact on open source innovation in your industry. Learn about our sponsor to support the collaboration of your choice. Learn more. What is this open source? Have they have any information? Okay. Then, okay, then generally, what is open source word means? Okay, what is open source means? Let me explain that. Okay, while the downloading process is over, right? I have to, the downloading will take 2 more minutes. Meanwhile, I can explain what is open source means. What is open source? Open source means, open source is not equal to free, guys. Open source softwares will be generally free, but open source meaning is not free. Okay, the actual meaning of the open source of any software. You see, a lot of softwares are there in the market. Java is one such kind of software. Okay, Java is one such kind of software, and many other softwares are there in the market. Some softwares are open source, some softwares are not open source. Okay, so let me find some examples of the softwares which are open source. Okay, give some famous software which are open source. Okay, let's see. Linux operating system. Most of the flavors of the Linux operating system are open source. For example, Mozilla Firefox, Chromium. Chromium browser is also open source. Brave is also an open source, they are saying. Okay, Apache Open Office is open source. A lot of things. Okay. Then what else is there? A lot of things in the market are open source, guys. You can see that, but I'll take only one example here. For example, I'll take this Brave browser. I would like to take the Brave browser or Microsoft Firefox at least. Okay, Brave or Microsoft Firefox. Okay, so here I'll just type GitHub. Uh, what is this? Saying Mozilla Firefox. Okay, saying Mozilla company, right? Firefox company. Firefox browser belong to Mozilla. If you say Mozilla Firefox, you see GitHub location of Mozilla browser is there. Whatever the browser that you generally use, Firefox. This is a browser. If I click on this Firefox icon on this browser icon, right, you see this browser is nothing but the Firefox icon. You see help about Firefox is there. This browser is kind of open source browser, guys. The developers of this particular Firefox browser have kept the code that they are writing for developing this Firefox browser kind of open source. That means I can see the code that they are writing. You see, these are the people who are actually working on this. Okay, and using these technologies, they are building the Firefox browser and all. And you can see here Mozilla projects. If you go to the projects under the Mozilla company, projects under the jump right in, I'll say. Okay. So if I go here, Mozilla support, and is there anything that I can see for browser? Control F, browser, browser is there, or Firefox is there? Firefox is there. I don't see anything. So a lot of things are there here, guys. Mozilla support is there and all. Okay, if you see here, guys, okay, Mozilla support, and if I see here, a lot of things are happening here. If I go back to the Mozilla again, if I go back to the Mozilla again, and you see the repository here, if I click on the repositories otherwise, you see a lot of repositories are there. And if I click on one of the repository here, if I click on one of the repository, I'll get this kind of files. Okay, src, it's a project, in that project, some code is being written, okay? Whatever the code the developers of the Firefox browser, Mozilla company, or whatever the code they are writing, that they are providing, they are making it open, guys, okay? If you go here, if you go to these pages, you can go to any file, you see everything is open here. Whatever the code the Mozilla company guys are writing for building that Firefox browser and all is kept open here, guys, okay? It's kept open. You can also see the other browser, Brave, okay? GitHub Brave, I will say. GitHub Brave. If I say GitHub Brave also, you see GitHub of Brave is coming, and if I go here and the code that is written Brave browser, okay, click on this Brave browser, and you can see the code written by this developers of the Brave browsers is kept open. The code written by this some JavaScript code they are writing, JS code they are writing to build this Brave browser. Brave is one of the browser in the market. Brave. Okay, if I Google search for Brave here, I'll get the browser. Okay, this browser, the code that is written by the developers of the Brave browser to develop the browser is kept open here. The code is accessible for general public. Such kind of software which keep their code public to everyone in the market are called as, or such kind of softwares are called as open source softwares. For example, if I say MS Office or MS Microsoft Windows 11 operating system are examples of, are not the examples of open source. Okay, here Brave browser is an example of an open source because the code that the developers of the Brave browser have written for developing this Brave browser, right, is kept open to the public. Anyone can access, download, and modify the code. Okay, if they are eligible for. Okay, and apart from that, apart from that, like what we call that guys, open source, private. Okay, private in the sense, what is the opposite of open source? We generally call opposite of what is what is the opposite of which means licensed software. You can see in one words you can say licensed software. Okay, open source. Okay, if I say what is the opposite of open source means proprietary software. People can call it as a proprietary. Okay, you can call, actually this can be called as a proprietary software. Okay, open source software. Proprietary means that whose code is not open, they are selling the software in the market, kind of thing. Proprietary software. Okay, so meaning proprietary software or licensed software. Generally, the people, the companies who are selling the licensed software will not make their code public. As for example, Windows 11. Microsoft company will not make the code written by the developers of Windows 11 public. You cannot access the code of the Windows 11 operating system outside. Similarly, MS Office, MS Word, and all those softwares are there, right? Those are also licensed software. They are proprietary software which are owned by the Microsoft company. Microsoft company is selling the software not for free. Okay, so they will not generally make their code public, because if they make it public, right, some other company will come and copy and make it free. Okay, that's the reason they will make it proprietary kind of licensed one. Okay, so that is what is the difference between the open source and proprietary. You see a lot of terminology we are learning here. That's okay. Operating system, Microsoft Windows is proprietary. Mac operating system is proprietary. Adobe Photoshop is proprietary. These are the examples. MS Office softwares are proprietary. Okay, like examples of the proprietary software. Now here I have already downloaded the zip file to show you another way of downloading. Meanwhile, I covered like what is open source word, something we have learned today, right? While the downloading is happening for this Eclipse IDE zip file, for me to show the another way of downloading and install Eclipse IDE. Here installation is not required, guys. Just downloading is required. After downloading, you just have to extract it. Okay, simply say extract all and click on extract. That's it, guys. Okay, no installation is required, guys. Just download the zip file of the Eclipse IDE and extract it. That means downloading is completed. Okay, by downloading and extracting, installation is done. Where if you use the exe variation of the Eclipse IDE, you have to double click and install it. Some installation wizard will come. Okay, whenever you double click on this, some whatever the options that are you're coming to select, next continue kind of options, right? Those are, that is nothing but the installation wizard. Okay, we generally give call it as an installation wizard, but in this case of downloading and using Eclipse IDE, there is no installation, guys. Only no installation wizard will be there, no installation process will be there. Just download it and extract it. So it's still extracting, guys. Let's wait for the Eclipse ID to get extracted here. Only the time taken for extraction will be there. This is another simplest way of downloading and using Eclipse ID without installation. Some people prefer this way, but they don't want to download the exe file and install it. Rather, they want to download it and extract the zip file and use Eclipse IDE. Okay, that's another way. Let it get downloaded, guys. Let it get downloaded first of all. The Eclipse software is getting downloaded here. Let's wait for the extraction to be completed. We're almost at the end of the session, guys. After this extraction, and if I show you how to launch Eclipse IDE with this second way of using getting Eclipse IDE in our machine, we'll be done with this session. Okay. Hope you have learned a lot of stuff in this session, guys. Hope you have learned a lot of things in this session because these are in-depth sessions, right? These sessions will be like this only. You need to spend a lot of time on these sessions. Okay, if your requirement is to learn Java very fast or Eclipse and all these things very fast, this kind of course is not for you anyhow. Okay, this course is for you only when you feel that you have sufficient amount of time and you want to learn Java and all the supported things of Java in a depth level. Okay, that's where this course is kind of different from the other courses in the market. If I go into this Eclipse folder, right, I have this Eclipse .exe file coming, and all those things are happening, right? So this is the thing, guys. Okay, this is the thing. So now what I'll do here is I'll just copy this Eclipse folder from the extracted folder and go to the location. C users username folder. In that, I'll paste it. I'll paste the Eclipse folder here. Okay, whatever the extracted Eclipse folder inside which the files are available, right? That extracted folder in which the Eclipse folder was there, and inside the Eclipse folder some files were there. That Eclipse folder I copied pasted here. Okay, after extracting the folder, I got the Eclipse folder which contains the files that I copy pasted here. Now I got the Eclipse here. I'll just go here, and what I can do here. I'll just double click on this eclipse.exe here. Okay, let's see what will happen, whether it is launching or not. Let's see. Okay. You see, Eclipse IDE is directly launching without installing. Okay, there's no need to install, guys. You see, Eclipse IDE is directly launching here. Okay, that's the thing. You don't have to install. There is no installation wizard and all those stuff. Okay, just extract that, copy that required folder into your required location, and then double click on the exe file to launch it. Let's wait for the Eclipse IDE to launch the second way. You can use any of these ways, guys. There's no problem in using. You can use any of these ways here. Next, when you have to uninstall it, just clean up the folders that are there in this users folder, username folder of the C drive. Okay, let me launch. Yeah, you see, directly launch, no need of installation. Have you seen that, right? Right click here and say, is there any option, right click, pin to start option is coming. I'll just pin to start. Once I pin to start, right, it will come here in the all things maybe. Let's see. A, B, C, D, E. It's not there. Okay. How did I pin to start here then? Pinned. If I say pinned, it should come, right? But it's not coming. I'll just, otherwise I'll do one thing. Simply I'll say Eclipse. I'll just search Eclipse here, and Eclipse apps is there. Select this. Unpin from start is there. Right click here and say, only the way to launch Eclipse ID is like this, guys. Okay. I'll just go to this folder, Eclipse folder, and okay. So not there. Right click. Is there any other way? Okay. Compress to copy as path, Okay, I don't know, but let's see. If I want to launch Eclipse ID, how can I launch? Let's see. Right click here, I am getting unpin from start, I'm getting, but pin to taskbar is not coming though. I'll just select this and launch. Okay. The only way for me left out here is, now once launched, right, on launching, this kind of thing is coming, this taskbar is coming. Here, pin to taskbar, okay. Now it will be pinned to the taskbar, okay. And now if I cancel also, it will be there here. Okay, this is the way, guys. Okay, this is the way. Just once launch it and you'll get this, and right click and pin to taskbar. Okay, that's the way. I found it out. Okay. You see, next time when you launch it easily, just click on this and launch. So these are the multiple ways, guys. There are multiple ways of downloading and installing Eclipse IDE. In the exe file, installation is required here. Okay. Here installation is required. Installation is required. What about this way? Okay, just extraction. Just extraction is required. No installation required. Okay, you cannot without installation only. Just by extracting, you can just extracting. Just extraction is required, but no installation. Okay. So hope you guys you have learned a lot of things about Eclipse IDE, but ultimately we even got this Eclipse IDE editor also at the same time. Okay, we got this editor, guys. Okay, I'm not going to move forward from here because I'll cover how to use this Eclipse IDE, how to launch Eclipse IDE in the upcoming sessions. Okay, this is only what is Eclipse IDE, how to download and install Eclipse IDE, uh, launching and using Eclipse IDE will be covered in the upcoming session. Okay, in the upcoming sessions I'll be explaining how to launch and use Eclipse IDE. Okay, so now we know how to download and install and what is Eclipse IDE. Now we know how to launch also if you click on this. But a lot of options are there that I have to cover here, guys. Okay. So how to use Eclipse IDE, how to launch Eclipse IDE, and how to use Eclipse IDE for Java programming purpose and all. I'm going to cover in this session, the next session, guys. Okay. Till then we have to wait. Okay. Till then we have to wait. For this session, the things are done, guys. So, guys, that's all for this session. See you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.